We would like to call to order the special meeting of the South Utica Lyndhurst Board of Education, our work session, today being Tuesday, June 14th, 2022. The time is now 5:39. Mr. Hill, may we get a roll call?
Ms. Falkenberg?
Here.
Mrs. Jones?
Here.
Ms. King?
Here.
Ms. Lee?
Ms. Lee is en route.
Mrs. Ryan?
Here.
Thank you for that roll call. We want to extend our good evenings and thank you for joining us to everyone that is online on our YouTube channel. Thank you for those who are here today. Good evening, administration and Dr. Reed, and our special guests that we have here today, big and small. So good to see you, and we can go right into item 2, discussion items, Dr. Reed.
Okay. Well, good evening, everybody. It is an interesting evening tonight. We're going to acknowledge and recognize some of our recent retirees, and at the same time, welcome some new staff members. Before we get started, we have 2 retirees this evening, but I do want to recognize some of those that could not make it to the board meeting this evening and read their names and thank them for all their the years of service in the classroom. Kathy Everson began her career in 2004 in SEL. She is at Greenview Middle School as a 6th grade teacher. Mrs. Everson also taught math and Title I. The supportive staff has, this is Mrs. Everson's words, when asked about her career accomplishments, fills her with pride. Having students come back or running into them when I am out and telling me how much they've learned and appreciated all that I did out of the classroom really is something important to her. Next, we have Richard Abandi. He began his career in 2001 and worked as an intervention specialist assistant. And he worked at Adrian, Southland, Ridgebury, and Greenview, some of those schools that are no longer open, so you know that he's been with us a long time. He says, my entire life I've always enjoyed working with children. My fondest memories were times when I was able to speak with children outside the classroom and listening to what children were saying and how they interpret life from a young perspective. I've also had the privilege of working with top-notch professionals who are masters in their craft of teaching and molding the future through the lives of our students. So another interesting tidbit, he is very creative, and he's been working on several projects, and he hopes to complete them in the near future. They are an animated, he's an artist, so an animated programming. And this is an interesting one. He hopes to travel the entire historic Route 66 in 2023 when he turns 66. Oh, wow. So we wish him well. We have Sally Guzik, who began her career in 1989. She's currently was at Greenview. Her assignment was a 6th grade writing teacher. And Mrs. Guzik has held a variety of positions in the district, including teaching 6th grade at Sunview, Sunview 4th and 5th, and 6th grade at Greenview, and 2nd grade at Rowland. She is proud when she hears from her former students who are doing great things out in the world. So she looks forward to traveling with her husband. He was teaching in the room next to hers, and they have been married for 28 years. Cindy Jezanovic, a Greenview intervention specialist. She's retiring from her current 5-year position as a 5th grade intervention specialist at Greenview. Mrs. Jezanovic also worked as a family and consumer science teacher at Memorial for 11 years and at Brush for 5 years. She then earned a license in special education and taught multiple disabilities grades 4 through 6 in a 4 through 6 classroom at Greenview for 5 years. And so when asked what's in her future, we have a trip to Jamaica scheduled for June, hence why she's probably not here. This is really great. I thought I was great with 6 grandchildren. Our 14th grandchild is due at the end of August, so we planned on spending time with family. With a new baby, we look forward to additional traveling time together. So we wish her well, and enjoy those grandbabies. I don't think I'll ever make 14, but we have Leanne May. Congratulations, Greenview 6th grade reading teacher, began her career in SEL in 1990. During her career in the district, Ms. May has taught every subject in grades 4 through 6. Wow. She expressed that she loves all the people, specifically the students, and she is really going to miss the people at work. I was proud to work with interns in my early years in SEL. I love it when former students contact me to share what they are doing and the impact Greenview has had on their lives. Future plans include photography and drawing classes. She loves to entertain and plans to do more of that with spending time with her family. We have Robin, right here, let this fly away. We have Robin Patron, Greenview Intermediate Secretary. She began her career in 1999. Robin has worked as a secretary at Greenview, at the Administration Building, Memorial, and Brush. She will have fond memories of all the wonderful friendships she has made over the past 23 years and will definitely miss her district colleagues. She looks forward to retirement and hopes to turn my love of baking into some type of part-time work and spend as much time as she can with her amazing grandchildren. We have David Rash, Greenview counselor. Began his career in SEL in 1991. He's been around to a lot of the buildings. Taught science from 91 to 94 at Memorial, 94 to 97 science at Brush, 97 to 2016 was a school counselor at Brush, and then 2016 to 2022 at Greenview. Reflecting on his career, in SEL, Mr. Rath's favorite thing has been the people that make up the school community. Without the staff, students, and families, the buildings are just buildings, as we found out during the pandemic. When asked what people would be surprised to learn about him, he replied that he has seen over 525 varied species of birds in North America, plus or minus one or two. Who can count? And then Richard Roselle, Greenview Intermediate fourth grade teacher, began his career in 1989, taught 4th and 6th at Ridgebury, 4th at Southland, and 4th, 5th, and 6th at Greenview. Mr. Roselle's favorite thing about working in the district has been the wonderful staff and seeing the changes in technology. That's good to hear. He will miss the amazing teaching and supporting staff. He is proud when he sees the success of many former students. Mr. Roselle is looking forward to a future that includes playing tennis and traveling a bit. He thinks that the people would be surprised to know that he has spent his K-12 years as a student in the South Euclid Schools as well. Wow. Lori Schwenke, Greenview Middle School 5th grade teacher, began her career in SEL in 1998. Roland teacher for 14 years, Greenview Intervention Specialist for 3 years. My favorite part of SEL has been the people that I've worked with throughout the years. They've always been encouraging and helpful. Proudest moment is when former students come back and visit and share their fond memories and accomplishments. I will miss my teaching family and the structure of a busy teaching day. I will miss that aha moment when students accomplish a difficult learning task or do well on an assignment. Future plans include continuing to work out, hike in a nice weather, and explore new places. She looks forward to going to lunch with other retirees. Did you hear that? When she's open? Okay. I'm just making sure. Mrs. Schwenke is interested in finding a volunteer opportunity that she could be passionate about. She wants to travel with her husband and spend more time in Chicago with where her 3 children live. My students would be surprised to learn how old I really am. I would like my fellow teachers to know that they are heroes and that I have learned a great deal from them. And we wish her well. We're almost there. We had quite a bit of retirees this year. Kathy Everson. I think I started with her, so let me go back here. All right, so we do have this evening Sue Cicero. I'm just going to stand up, and Sue, if you join me for a moment here. Sue's kind of shy, but I'm not really. Sue, congratulations. Her last assignment is here as an 8th grade school counselor at Memorial. She began her career in SEL in 1996 and also worked at Brush as a school counselor. Sue says, I've had the privilege of working with amazing colleagues, counselors, teachers, support staff, secretaries, custodians, cafeteria staff, and principals. Each and every one of them has taught me something and enhanced my life both personally and professionally. Sue, or Mrs. Cicero, is most proud when she sees former students from way back to present living good skills, good lives, accomplishing their goals, and fulfilling their dreams. Although Mrs. Cicero will miss the people she has had the pleasure of working with, she is looking forward to traveling, attending her grandchildren's activities, and being open to other new possibilities that may come her way. I like this last little tidbit here. When asked what would we be surprised to learn about her, Mrs. Cicero states that she is very competitive. Is that true, Mr. King?
Very.
I have a certificate Can I have a round of applause for that?
I'll see you around. Oh, yeah.
Just a few of them.
You've been through every one of my kids. I'm gonna miss you. I shall. Definitely. 149.
Oh, did he really? Which one did you? We're just chatting here. She has some of the best reptiles in her classroom.
Thank you for allowing me to have animals.
We even had a policy we doctored to make sure that you could do that. So the Board of Education was involved with that to be able to allow that. And I know the children firsthand really enjoyed that in your science room. Yeah, so I'm going to, this is Amory Newhouse, Greenview, a fifth grade science teacher. She began her career in 1993 in SEL. Mrs. Newhouse held a variety of positions in the district, including being an intern in second grade at Adrian, teaching first grade at Rowland, sixth grade, all subjects, wow, at Greenview, and fifth grade science. When asked what her favorite thing was about working here, she replied, pumpkin math, bringing families and kids together to do hands-on math, pi digit contest, having a fourth grader memorize 1,000 digits of pi, my goodness, and having my mom, until she passed, come in every year to make ice cream sundaes with the kids. What a great thing. I am proud of receiving the PTA Lifetime Achievement Award, being Ohio's finest in the President Award of Excellence in Mathematics and Science Teaching, receiving the State Award in Elementary Mathematics, and my work as president of the Greater Cleveland Council of Teachers of Mathematics. I also enjoyed working through John Carroll to bring many summers of professional development to mathematics educators in the area with my friend Laura, am I saying this right? Gojan. What she will miss the most is the amazing hardworking teachers and staff that have supported her, inspired her, and brought her joy throughout her career. Of course, she will also miss the wonderful families and children she has formed relationships with. People may be surprised that I spent 13 years living in Washington State and San Francisco working as a horticulturist. I didn't know.
I can believe that.
And, oh, this is even better, an amateur magician.
Yeah.
Before becoming a teacher. I think that's going to come in handy. Yeah, my husband and I recently bought a mini farm and will be busy building a new home. I am looking forward to using my previous career as a horticulturist to get back into gardening on the farm. Can't wait to travel, hike, camp, and spend time with family. And I just want to congratulate you.
I look around, I'm too emotional, but having your kids, Mike from the old days, Melissa traveling, and conscious discipline, please keep it going. Oh my gosh. But thank you, it's just been just a wonderful, wonderful life. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Miss you. I know. We'll be missed. Got it. Enjoy. You are the best.
Okay. Let me, if I could. So this evening, we don't typically, for those who watch, we don't typically have action items at a board work session, but it is June, and our last meeting is June 28th, and it's important when we hire new people, they're actually most likely are coming from another district, and it's courtesy, to do it as soon as possible so they can find the replacements. So last month we did approve of 2 new assistant principals, but we didn't have the opportunity to bring them in. And today I'm going to be recommending to more assistant principals. But before what I'd like to do is, before I bring them up and introduce them all, I would actually like to get the approval. I think that's the proper thing to do first. But let me explain. This evening we do have one resignation, Mr. Russell, the Greenview Intermediate School principal. We want to wish Mr. Russell well. He has been in the district as both a teacher, assistant principal, and principal. He's going to go home. He's going home to Euclid High School, which he is a graduate, and he will be the Euclid High School principal. And so it's kind of nice to know that we do develop talent here, and we wish him well, and he'll be starting that job, I'm sure, as soon as this one's over with, and that. So that is on this evening. And again, for those that don't know, we did internal shuffling because we have that talented of an administrative team. And Mr. Russell's position will be filled by Mr. Bryant, who was at Memorial the last 2 years as principal. And then, of course, Lorraine Fuller will be taking Mr. Bryant's place as the junior high principal. So just a little bit, not to keep people wondering there. So this evening we have also two new assistant principals. At Brush High School, the structure is a head principal, which Mike Fording, who I believe hired, it seems like eons ago, maybe April. And we wanted to do an early hire, so we're really excited about that. And then there are 4 assistant principals, and I don't know if this will exactly be the structure, but typically there's an assistant principal at 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, and then your overall principals. So we have 4 new ones, actually, because we have one assistant principal who moved on to another position. Mr. Johnson will be continued to work with us, Ron Johnson, but he's going to be working with our credit recovery and some of our students in a smaller, I should say, a capacity, but he'll be working still at the high school level. And then Dawn Immel, who did a really great job last year. There was a need for more support in social emotional learning in Ms. Thompson's office. I do want to mention that these positions are actually supported by non-general fund money, which we are appropriately using grant money to be able to do this. I think that's important for the public to know as well. So, of course, we wanted to continue with the structure of 4 assistants, and hence why you have 2 we approved last month and 2 today. And again, I just want to clarify for everybody and just wondering what happens. So this evening, I'm going to ask for your approval for Jana Jenkins as one of the assistant principals, and Latricia Jethro. I've been working on that all day and everything, so hopefully I got them right, both of them. When I say a name wrong, I continue to say it wrong, so hopefully I got that right. And their contract will start August 1st. We don't typically do this, but because it's a brand new team, I'm asking for 5 transition days. It's a new team. They need time to get together before August 1st, and we need to appropriately compensate them for that. So I'd like to first go through getting the approval, and then I would like to introduce all 4 of them to the Board of Education.
May we get a motion to approve item 3.1, certified staff?
So moved. I'll second.
Ms. King and Mrs. Ryan. Any questions or comments?
Welcome. We're very excited.
Yes.
Hearing none, may we get a roll call, Mr. Hill?
Ms. King,
Aye.
Mrs. Ryan,
Aye.
Ms. Falkenberg,
Aye.
Mrs. Jones,
Aye.
Ms. Lee.
Aye.
All right, so the first one we're going to bring up is Mrs. Latricia Jethro. I'm going to say a few words, and then I'll let you shake the hands and stuff. I'm trying this out because I know it's right there. So we have Latricia Jethro here as one of our new assistant principals. She got her BA from Lakeland University in Plymouth, Wisconsin. So she's, when did you move to Ohio?
In 2000.
Okay. So she got it in elementary education and computer science. Her MED is from Notre Dame College, right here in South Euclid. Thank you. She has a certification as a early childhood generous and a reading certificate. And then got her administrative license from the Inspired Leaders Principal Licensure Program at Cleveland State University. I think we've given Cleveland State a lot of business there, so it's a great program. You know, she's had a wide range of experience. I don't know if a lot of people know that too. I mean, she's seen it from early on up into the high school. And that's really an important thing. And she's currently teaching, was teaching in the Euclid City Schools, 4th grade. However, during her interview, we were looking at and really discussing a lot of her high school experience at being a teacher, an English teacher, English 1, 2, and SAT prep at Benedictine High School.
Oh.
So she really liked her time in the loved elementary, really liked her time in the high school level, and she wanted to get back to that. So she's also taught at Our Lady of Peace, and one of the things I remember in the interview is her calm demeanor. She's been in the classroom, I think, 22 years.
Yes.
And that's an important thing to know, because when you talk about instructional leadership and everything, she has seen the range, she has taught the range, and there's something to be said with regards to spending that much time. And she said, thank you for taking a chance on her. However, I really believe that it's a great match here, and we saw leadership, and leadership comes in all sizes, shapes, forms, and personalities. And I think we have a really great balance. I always like looking at a little tidbit here. She's actually been a parent representative for the PBAS programs in her children's school. She's currently a youth leader at her church. But this is very interesting, a music director and worship leader at her church. And she's been doing that since 2006. So kind of gives you a little insight on everything. And before I allow her to say a few things, I know she brought her family with her. I think one's still here. Richard Chef, you want to have it. Okay. Introduce who's here this evening with you.
I want to take this time to say thank you. I'm excited to join the SEO community and to celebrate. I brought my family along with me, my husband, Chris Jethro, and my daughter, Christina Jethro, and then my son, Ethan Jethro, who has found the library and borrowed some of the books.
We would definitely try to put them back where they belong.
Yes, indeed.
Well, welcome to SEO.
Thank you.
And there's a board president, Cassandra.
Thank you, welcome. Oh, we hug.
Benedictine when Brian was at Benedictine, she used to ride his back so bad. She used to come up and run around. But yes,
Team, let's give her a round of applause. All right, so let me get the next one here. I'm juggling a lot this evening. Give me a moment. The next person I'd like to bring up is Max Jones. All I gotta say is thank goodness I have heels on this evening. Max, welcome. You approved Max last month, but if I could say a few words here as well. Max has a Malone College is where his BA. Bachelor of Arts was in Business and Administration, and I'll get around to how I became a teacher in a moment. He has his Master's of Science from Johns Hopkins University, and then he too is a graduate of the Inspired Leaders Program from Cleveland State University. He has previous work experience as an intervention specialist, began his career, well, let's go back to that. Actually, he has experience with finance and budgeting gained through career in finance.
Don't love him.
Yes, a career finance prior to teaching. So you were in the baking?
Correct.
Yeah.
First Merit Chase.
First Merit Chase.
Yeah.
So there you go. Okay. Here's another interesting tidbit. He also has access to a national network of educators and school leaders as a Teach for America alumni. So it really brings a different experience as well. So he began his teaching career at John F. Kennedy High School with the Cleveland Municipal School District. He was also an intervention specialist with the Akron Public Schools at Brookdale Community Learning Center, and he spent this last year as the interim academy principal at Brookdale, and I believe that's in ninth grade.
It was 10 through 12.
10 through 12, yeah.
Mhm.
So he has also spent time as a varsity assistant coach at Brookdale High School, softball assistant coach, a PA announcer for basketball. Might be able to have to use him for that. But he is also sits on a governing board for this Citizens Akron Church to the present. So as you can see, they do a lot of stuff even outside of here. And we are just so happy to bring Max on board as part of the team. So welcome to SEO.
Thank you. Yeah, and just thank you, everyone. As Ms. Jethro said, I'm super excited to be a part of this community. It's, just the few interactions I've had already have been just a warm welcome, and really excited to get to work here. So.
And I've got to say, he has a 3-year-old son?
Yes, I do. Yeah, they're not here. So my wife Callie and my son Crosby, they're not here. So, wish they could be here, but yeah.
I think Mr. Cape scared them away.
No, it's probably for everyone's benefit that he's not here. So.
He got to choose.
Yeah.
I didn't have a choice.
Yeah. So thank you all. What's that? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, thank you all, and welcome aboard, and we thank you for choosing us. And there's a lot of other places where you could be, so we thank you for choosing us. And we got one more.
No, we have 2 more. 2 more. Yeah, I think, well, because we have such a, you want to come out? Come back I'm gonna draw your attention back here. We have such a dedicated new hire here that actually just a few days ago he had a pretty serious surgery, right? Oh, yeah. That's what he gets for roughing a game and everything with the kids, right?
Yes.
If you don't mind, I'd like to say a few words about Kamani, and I really appreciate, he just got operated last week, and I said he didn't have to come, but I just want you to know how important it was for him to be here this evening, and we really appreciate you making the effort. So you're just gonna give me a few minutes to read about you, because I'm just so proud of the team that we got here. So this is Kamani Smith, and he actually has his BA in Arts of Education from Lindenwood University in St. Charles, Missouri. So we have some folks that have come from out of state. He also has his master's in teaching with an emphasis in special education from Linden University in St. Charles, Missouri. And here we go again. Cleveland State has a really good program. He's got his as a license from Cleveland State through the Aspire Leadership Program through Cleveland State University. There's done a lot of different things here. He's worked as an intervention specialist at Buchtel, and actually, they actually have worked together. This past year, he was actually working at the Dayton Public Schools and Belmont High School as an assistant principal. So the nice part, I asked Kamani, how'd you get here this evening? Because I know he can't drive. I told him, don't drive. And actually,
They rode
Max drove him up there. So we already know we got some teamwork going on here.
So you can never say you couldn't make it because your car wouldn't start.
So he worked as an intervention specialist at Buchtel High School, and then this last year at Belmont in Dayton as an assistant principal. And he wanted to come back to the area, and I can't think of a better place for him to continue his career as an assistant principal or as administration from up here at South Winters. So, you know me, I'm always looking for some interesting tidbits here, and they're all very interesting. Previously, he has worked as an adventure club specialist, so he has worked with students utilizing, was that an outdoor classroom?
It was indoor. It was in a school district in suburban Missouri, and it was an after-school program. But it was very interesting.
Grades 1 through 8, and then also an upward bound seminar instructor, which I'm familiar with. He worked with understanding the needs of disadvantaged youth of diverse cultural and linguistic backgrounds. Now this one too, here, he has been a men's, women, and men's and women's head bowling coach. So
Okay. We got a good bowling team too.
He has coached bowling, and then he's also worked as a camp counselor / librarian. And I mention these things because it's just a really diverse experience.
The Summer Academy.
Yeah, that we have, and they really are bring, all of them just really bring a lot to the team. And so, Kamani, we are just really happy for you. And thank you so much for making the effort. So let's give a round of applause. We have no excuse to get it going. Yeah, you're like, okay, give me a moment here. As I told them, I'm very serious about my job, but we do use sense of humor. It's a nice and therapeutic. So we have Jana Jenkins here, and let me go through a few things here. Let's go through. She has a Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education from the University of Akron, grades 1 through 8. A Master's in Technology from Baldwin Wallace College. She has from Kent State University, and they have a really great program. She has a library media license. So she also has that from Kent State. You're like me, you're giving your money to everybody, right? Yeah. And then she has a second master's in health, physical education, and recreation. And then, of course, she has her license, her administrative license from the Inspired Leadership Program at Cleveland State University. So she, too, has done a variety of things. She started her career in the Cleveland Municipal School District at Union Elementary. Spent a lot of time at Euclid Middle School. She has taught everything from technology teacher to fitness to when you're certified 1A, you can teach it all too. So in ELA, and also this is interesting, the athletic director at Euclid Middle School for 3 years, and then she moved to Garfield Heights in her career, taught science at Garfield Heights, was also the middle school athletic director, and has done work with the online summer school programming, hence the Masters in Technology coming in handy. And you can see, like I said, they are all bringing, this is a really good team. They are all bringing some different stuff to the table. And she this past year worked as an assistant principal at Garfield Heights Middle School. Another little tidbit here was at the University of Akron, was the honor for a softball scholarship, athletic scholarship, and played professional softball for the Akron Pacers.
He's a game on Sunday.
What position? You want to know? Second. And where were we in the batting order?
I was number 1.
We're a lot bigger than, all right. So let's give a warm welcome to Dave.
Just like everybody else, I just want to thank you guys for this amazing opportunity. I am super excited to join the SEL community. So thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Sorry, my hands are a little.
That's okay.
You just got me cussed out.
Welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome.
I'm not looking at her.
So, before the meeting, everyone, Mr. Cable, if there's anybody that wants to stay and take a look at Rush and take them around.
Bye, Miss Newhouse. Bye, Miss Cicero. We'll see you at home days. I'll see you at trick or treat.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you all so much.
I'm excited.
Look forward to working with you all.
Yeah, good team.
Mr. Cable giving it to her.
Yeah,
Can he do it to her?
I told him he didn't have to. Mr. Cable, don't hurt Mr. Smith anymore if you have to do it early.
We need him ready in August.
I almost forgot where I was at, thank you. I think it's important, they were very excited. We are a hardworking family here, and I wanted the board to meet some of our new folks, and you can see they come with a wide range of experience that I think that our students and our staff will benefit from. So thank you, and I think we voted on that, so we're on.
Yes,
we did. Okay. So we're on 4.1. Recommend to the Board of Education to approve the PSI agreement. This is for the health services for our summer program. So we did this last year. We have to do a separate, and so they're going to cover, and they are paid out of our ESSER funds. And so we have summer school at 3 of our buildings. I think Greenview, Brush,